Radhika, Department of Chemistry. Now I am going to take about the topics on the fuel cell. Fuel cell, which it will comes under the types of batteries. There are the three types of batteries. That is a primary battery, which is to be used once and it can be dead used once. That is, for an example, is a primary battery, dry cell, mercury cell. And the secondary batteries, which will be used rechargeable batteries, it will be used again and again. There are second type of battery is a secondary batteries, and third battery is a fuel batteries, flow battery that will control the flow of the batteries which will have to decide. Next, the fuel cell. Third type of batteries is a fuel cell. Definitions: fuel cell is a voltaic cell. It converts chemical energy of the fuels directly into electricity without combustion. In these cells, the reactant and the electrolytes are continuously supplied to this cell. Fuel plus oxygen gives oxidation products plus electricity. Examples: hydrogen, oxygen, fuel cells. Fuel cells. Hydrogen oxygen fuel cells. It is the simplest and most successful fuel cells. The fuel hydrogen and the oxidizer hydrogen and the liquid electrolyte are continuously supplied to the cell. From this we can use hydrogen as an anode and oxygen as a cathode. It will be both connected with by using an voltmeter, and the electrolyte it will produce a KOH minus, and the both side it will connected by a porous carbon electrolytes. Next, the description. The cell has two porous electrodes, that is anode and cathode. The electrodes are made up of compressed carbon containing a small amount of catalyst, platinum, PDAg. Between the two electrodes are an electrolytic solution. 25% of KOH is filled. When hydrogen passes through the anode compartment, it is oxidized, and the oxygen passes through the cathode compartment where it is reduced. These are the works which will have done. So the cell reactions which has to follow is, at the anode reactions, 2H2 plus 4OH minus gives 4H2O plus 4E minus, and at the cathode reactions, O2 plus 2H2O plus 4E minus gives 4OH minus, and these the overall reactions which will produce a 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O plus energy. The EMF of the cell when the cell have to produces a 0.8 to 1.0 voltages. The fuel cell which will have some more energy consumptions, and it will produces the fuel without the liberations of the hydrogen and the oxygen. And these advantages of the fuel cell: they are efficient and innocent in operation, they are pollution free, they produce electric current directly from the reactions of the fuel and an oxidizer, they are light in weight. Disadvantages: fuel cells cannot store electric energy, electrodes are expensive and short-lived, H2 should be pure. The applications: H2O2 fuel cells are used in the spacecraft, submarines to get electricity. In H2O2 fuel cells, the product water is a valuable source of the fresh water of the astronauts. This would be used in the various types of the fresh waters applications, and the different types of fuel cells which will cause the efficient and innocent in operations. It will produce a pollutions free, and it has controlled the electric current directly from the reactions of the fuels, and it has an oxidizer. They should be in light in weight. Fuel cells cannot store the electrical energy, and it has a more expensive and short-lived. H2 it has to pure. The fuel cells which are used in the spacecraft and submarines to get electricity in the field of various types of the applications. And H2O2, the products water is a storage of the fresh water, and it should be an astronauts. Various types of fresh waters it can be used from the reactions. More than that, the fuel cell which has more types of examples from the different applications. Fuel cell which has more advantages of batteries which will affect the following pollutions. the two types of electrodes which will connected by the anode and the cathode, and the electrolytes which will have the potassium hydroxide, that is KOH, which will be connected from the voltmeter. The voltage produces a 0.8 to 1.0 voltages. It has a more current density and it will produces the substance which will be useful for the reactions, and then it will causes a more values produced by the reactions. It will react from the reactions, and it is used in the various types of submarines and brush waters. Thank you.